Today guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to install a metal roof. We're in Brantford, right on the water. It's a little windy, it's gray, it's overcast, but you know what? We're here with Aviel Suarez from Pharos Design. Take it away, baby.
Yeah, so we're here. The objective today is for a standing seam metal roof, but the total project, we're doing a shitload of everything.
That's true. You're not wrong.
No, we're doing a deck. We did 19 window change outs and additions, doors, slider doors. We're doing siding, a little bit of additional roofing, skylight relocations, 3.5 baths, a new kitchen remodel, and then basically a refresh of everything inside.
Very nice,
yeah.
Very nice. Let's get to the roofing part of this because that's what you guys are here to see. Let's get to it. Here we are on top of the roof and we're just getting ready now. We're just getting set up for this fun little project, which is going to be a 7x18.
Yeah, we're gonna do a standing seam metal, like a bronze, kind of to match the cladding on the windows.
To match these windows over here. That looks nice. So it'll be the same kind of color all the way through.
Yeah.
The first thing we need to do is get ready and cut the siding back because the siding is going to be on our way when we try to flash up to the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark a point up there, I'll go all the way across, cut it down so we can get behind the siding, because if the roof doesn't go behind the siding, I've seen people do this when they go on top of the siding and then the water hits the wall and goes right into the roof. So we want it to hit the wall and go over onto the roof. So that's our first step.
Correct.
So let's get set up for cutting the siding. We have the track mounted to the wall, and that's going to give us our 2¼ inch cut. It's going to be perfectly straight. We're using the track saw because that'll give us a very nice laser straight line, because this is our finished cut. We're not going to cut it again. This is it. So let's get the track up there. Well, let's get the saw up there. Let's cut the siding back, and then we'll move the track over, cut the next piece, and so on and so forth.
We fucked up.
We didn't fuck out. Who set the track up?
Who the fuck did this?
Who did this? Come on, guy. Who did this?
Guy.
Who didn't put the board far enough away from the wall?
What kind of
Listen, I was giving you a little goat.
shit is that?
I was giving you a little goat step so you could step nice
shit
and
is that?
easy. Come on, guy. Listen, you blame me, I blame you.
You know what? Give me your pencil so I can at least, I have a nice shreddage. There you go.
You got it? All right. Because the saw doesn't reach all the way in the corner. That way he has to cut it with the Festool multi-tool.
Yeah.
And so we need to just unscrew this, sorry buddy. You gotta unscrew this track so you can cut. And then I'll move the track down and also move the goat board out of the way. The next thing we need to do here is put on our base sheet, but before we do that, we gotta put on our drip edge. Now I'm gonna explain that in a little bit, but we attach these 2x4s down here at the face of the building, and it's a good thing that Aviel was here, being the lead architect at Pharos Design, because we would have not have done that. And then they would have had a really hard time putting the siding and trim on after the fact.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was a good call. I mean, we have 1.5 inch because we have 3/4 inch tongue groove cedar siding, and then on top of that we have a fascia board which is 3/4 inch thick. So it gives us 1.5 inches, which is a perfect 2x. So easy.
It's time now to put the flashing at the top of the roof. Now we normally would do it after the roof is done, because then you can get it right on top of the metal rib, and but at this point, since the angle is so extreme and it's very hard to get back to, and we're gonna have a hard time fighting it, and we're going into old siding, not new siding. We have to think a little bit outside the box, which means we have to put the flashing in first. And the flashing is just the transition from the siding over top of the roof. So we have a little piece of metal that deflects the water out instead of going behind the ribs of the metal roof, obviously. So me and Aviel are going to get up on this goat board, and we're going to fish this flashing up behind the siding, which is going to be it's gonna be a job. So, you ready?
Let's go.
Fuck. Okay, and we've just gotten to the point where we have the base sheet on, obviously, we have the base sheet on, and we have to use high temperature base sheet. This is a really high quality one from Grace. So we're using this high temperature because the thing is, if you use a non-high temperature base, what can happen is right here at the edge, you can get so hot it'll actually drip out from underneath the drip edge, and then you'll see these black streaks all over the house. So if you're ever touching metal and it's really hot, dark metal, you have to use high temperature base, especially underneath a whole metal roof that's gonna get very hot. So this is what our first piece looks like, and what we've done is, well, here's a little cut off. We've cut one of the panels in half and then bent it with a hem. So that's the little hem right there, and that's gonna index onto the outside of our drip edge, and our drip edge looks like, has a little bit of a lip on it. And so this hooks right straight to it, all the way around, and we fueled hem the bottom of it, which is just bend it tight against the drip edge. And that gives us a nice clean look. But this is our first piece, and we're using these clips in the seam with 2 screws, and that's gonna hold it really secure. Now, the next piece is about to go on.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's super straightforward. Metal roofing isn't that hard. It just takes a lot of time because you have to bend a lot of metal. So this is our next piece. It's all ready to go. So let's get it installed. Whoa, 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 stop the video. Did you guys see how hard it was for me to get myself up there to be able to like push that last piece of metal all the way up to the end? That was terrible. It was really hard. I had a hard time doing it. Anyways, back to the video. All right, guys, that's the end of this video. I'm Andre. This is All Roof USA. If you guys want to follow Aviel, well, Aviel, tell them how can they follow you and watch your videos?
Yeah, at Pharos Design on YouTube, or you could go to pharosdesign.com to our company website.
All right, boys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, over and out.